Okay, we are back one more time. Something happened recently on YouTube with somebody criticizing my videos, and that led me to this next video. It has nothing to do with it, it just led me that way, that's all. Nothing to do with what the person said. But here we are at Code Searchers, and I have, I think it's quite amazing search. And so again, what I try to do, I keep saying Code Searchers. I don't know why I do that. Probably because I'm searching the codes, but the program is called CodeFinder. And I did notice before that I say CodeFinders with an S. I don't know why I do that. It's just me. I'm not very, what's the word, articulate or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, enough about that. CodeFinder is what we're using. Again, this YouTube channel is not to teach you my beliefs. This is to help you make your own decisions and for you to find the truth. So, that being said, again, I try to start all my videos this way so that people know how to do this. When I bought this program, it's set in my computer for probably almost a year. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't understand it. Because of my reading skills, I tried following the little tutorial that came with it on a piece of paper, and I just didn't get anywhere. But after a lot of prayer, I was told that it's quite simple, and boy, is it simple. I don't know why I couldn't figure it out. I have written Alan Bradley programming for machines, so I'm not computer illiterate or anything. I mean, I know how to get around in a computer. But for some reason, I couldn't get anywhere with this. And then when I did, I thought, well, there's nothing on YouTube that tells anybody, so I will show. Anyways, that's how this got started. I'm talking, I'm not showing you what I'm doing here. I always use the Torah, okay? Click on the Torah, say open. Then from there, you go up here to options, turn off row splitting, options, settings, and then you can enter in whatever your skip is. Again, I'm not going to change anything here because this is the skip. This is what I used to get to where I'm at right now. So I can change it. You know, I change this to whatever I want it to be. This here is how many columns are crossed. This here is how many rows are down. And the wrap matrix at a skip of 100. I very rarely ever change that, and I really can't tell you 100% of what it does. But I usually leave that. I leave these checked. If you uncheck these, you'll have it where your words don't show up, and you'll say, well, what do you mean? I can see it right here. It's right here. And that's because you don't have all these checked. Anyways, so that's that. So because of what happened on the internet here, and because of the way it happened, one of the things that was mentioned was the canon and going outside of the canon. So today's search was on the canon. And this one was extremely interesting because, well, let's try to get here. Moved it a little in there. So we're starting here. And this is extremely long. It's longer than my page. It's a little slow here, but you know, sorry about that. What amazes me about the codes is that this one line will have so much information on the canon. So this is what's there so far. Now I still have a lot of studying to do here, and I hate to say this, but when I'm done, I probably will not make a video of it. I probably will not show you what I find, unless I'm told to. And the reason for that is that, again, I am not trying to make you believe what I believe. I am trying to help you learn what you believe. I think it's extremely important to know what you believe. If you follow anybody, you can be misled. And that's even following me. I could mislead you. I could have a agenda. I could have, I don't, but I'm just saying it could, and you don't know that. And since you don't know that, you must guard yourself. You must try to understand what the scriptures say, to understand what the Most High is telling you. Because you cannot blame your spouse. Adam couldn't blame Eve. Eve couldn't blame the snake. They did, but it didn't do them any good. They still had the punishment. You cannot point your fingers at anyone. You are responsible for you. That being said, this is what I've extracted out so far. And I'm doing this because very rarely do I get this in a search. And this is probably easier if I open up the view window so you can see it. These are all my pulled out sentences from that line you're seeing there. And I list everything, even if it makes no sense. I list it. Like you get down here, there's even the cocaine is we got a whole thing on cocaine in there, which is kind of interesting. But like I say, I don't leave things out so that you believe what I believe. I leave everything in so you can see what I see. You can interpret it any way you want. This is where I kind of ended here. The mother of the canon. And that's what I'm going to teach you here right now. It's this, because this is too long for the page, and I'm going to show you what I do. I found this interesting. The canon is written on the 6th day. If you read through the scriptures, you'll find 2 different verses, one in the Old Testament, one in the New Testament, one in the Old, one in the New, basically saying a day is as 1,000 years, 1,000 years is as a day. I grew up under a doctrine that said that meant that there was no time with God. That, he was infinite and all that stuff, and it made sense, and I believed it. Later on in my life, I stepped out of the canon, and I read the book of Barnabas, which did not make it into the canon. And in there, he has the same verse, but then he says, and as you know, that for each day of creation, there's 1,000 years. And I didn't know that because I didn't have that in my canon. So, anyways, I found that interesting because I believe we're in the 6th day. And yes, the canon would have been written in the 6th day. So that means for 5,000 years, we didn't have a canon. And now we do. That's just my input on it. I don't go by the canon. Sorry. You don't have to agree with me. I don't care. You do whatever you want. I am totally free from any doctrine, any church, any man. I'm not bound by any books, only by the Most High. And it's freedom. I feel free. I can do and believe whatever. And it's just wonderful. I think, and I have read so many books that are not in the canon, that were thrown out by the church, and none of them has changed my views on who Jesus was, who God is. None of that. Now, that being said, I don't think that the name of Jesus is correct. I think that's wrong. I don't think the name of God is correct. I think that's wrong. But I can't totally prove that. I can't. But there's people out there that can. Well, maybe not can, but will tell you what they believe the name is. And I kind of agree with them. I think they're right. Some of them are called names for it, but God is a general term. I use God and Jesus just because people understand that. But they're not correct. So I know what people mean, and you know what they mean. God knows what they mean. I'd prefer to call him the Most High myself, but that's just me. Jesus, a lot of times I call the Anointed One, but it's just me. So, what I'm here to show you today in my search is that, let me get back to it. When I am doing this, I am a click and drag person, okay? What I mean by that is that you can click here and drag all the way up to here and say add, and then you go to your list here and you'll have all of that in there. And then now I don't know what this says, so I'm just going to delete it. But what I would do is I would put all of these letters into Google Translate. Okay, so and that would give me a long sentence. What happens is that this one, and this rarely happens, but this one, starting here, and as you can see, we keep on going up. This line is right here. So we're starting here, and we're ending here. Now, when I go to Google Translate and I add this letter, I could still click and drag to that. But I don't get anything in Google Translate. I need the next letter, which is up here. So now I can't click and drag. So what I do is I take this and highlight it, and I do Control C for copy, and I say OK, and then I come up here and I click in the box and do Control V. This program doesn't necessarily allow you to right click and paste. I can't paste anything in here. you have to use the Control C and the Control V in order to do it. So now I have this same word that I had here, but now I can add these two letters to it. So I click down here, grab my keyboard I threw over there, and add these two letters, which is this one and this one. And then say enter. And now I have this complete line, which I couldn't grab just by clicking and dragging because it's off the pages. I can't do it. And so then that in Google Translate turns out to this. And here is my sentence. And so then I grab that and say copy. And I drag it over here. Now this you can do copy and paste into. Copy and paste, see, paste works. Up here, say okay. Up here, I can't paste. It won't let me. I can't do anything up there. And clicking in this box doesn't do anything but make the cursor blink up there. I have to use Control V to paste in there. Of course, now that's what we just copied. Get rid of all that. Anyways, so that's pretty much what this video is to teach you today, is how to grab things that are extremely long, longer than your page, and pasting it in over here into the search. And so that's what we're on. And like I say, this is on the Canon. There's some interesting points in here, or, interesting sentences in here. Some of the things you have to keep in mind, though, is that you will get some weird things. Now, like here, this name here, I didn't understand this at all, and I did a little search on name searching, and this is the definition of this name. So it's almost like, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's, but it's in there, and there's just different things in here. Nothing that says that the Canon is totally true or false. I mean, it states that it's there and states that it's been written. And this is the thing that's amazing to me about the codes. It's not that you find things that tell you the future. It's not that you. It's the fact that the Most High put this together, and that you can literally get sentences out of this where you could never get it in anything else. Let's just take something simple. We'll take this here, we'll copy it, Control C, say okay. Now I've never done this. I'm just doing this now. You're watching live. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. I should save this because if I don't see here, this is the other thing. See how this is grayed out? I can't save my search. Oh, I can't save my search. And it's because we entered this line down here at the bottom, and I haven't told it to do the search. So now I'm up to 42 in here. And now that it's in here, now when I come up here and click on here, I can save this. And I'm going to save it as Canon. And say save. Now I've just saved it. Now, back up to here. If I go, whoop, keep doing that. I click on the little envelope. Go down here to War and Peace. Say open. my options. Row splitting, disabled, settings, all the same. Okay. Click up here, Control V. That's pray to God right there. Hit enter. It says it's not going to come up at all, but we'll try it. We'll do a search, and it's right. It did not. War and Peace. It did not come up. So let's just take War and Peace and let's edit this. We don't know what it's going to say at this point, but let's just shorten it up to something like this. Say OK. Search. Now that's going to come up. See, because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. And what are we searching for in 4 letters? Let's bring this up here. These 4 letters we have. It says this is what we're searching for. But it says it's there, so let's go for it. Okay, we have it here. The skip of this. I don't like these real small skips, but I don't like the real big ones either. Let's just take. Well, come on. It's in there a lot. That word's in War and Peace a lot. We'll just take 20 here. Skip a 20. So when I do this, I'm going to skip a 20. It's going to be in the middle. And there it is. You can see it. So now I take here and I go to my settings. Because I have a skip of 20, I'll change this now to 20. And say OK. Now that gives it to me straight up and down, and that's my word. But let's see if we can't get a better word here. So let me get my Google Translate back here, and let's look at what we got here. So I could do another, I think that's a yod. They will. Look at that. We got something. They will. So let's take they will. Let's edit this one. Put a Now, here's something that's also a good learning point here. I have my keyboard over here, but it's worthless to me when I'm in this. I have to use the keyboard at this point. Now, I went and got those sticky letters to put on my keyboard so that I know where they're at, because otherwise I wouldn't know. But it happens to be the H key, and now I can copy they will, bring it over here. And say, oops, I messed that up. Copy, highlight, paste. They will. Okay, so now we have they will. And we can do search again. And that's going to make this propagate to where we want it. There it is. They will. They will want. Let's see what they will do. Let's see. War and Peace. Oops. Trying to do this. Normally I do this on a multiple screen, so it's a lot easier to do. But anyways, so they will. So they will in. Okay. They will. That's nothing. Oh, I will come to you. So we got I will come to you there. And we're in War and Peace. Oh, I gotta have my Google Translate to see where that ended. So from there to there. Okay, slide that over. So from here to here is I will come to you. So now I hit add. This is funny because I've done this before and never got anything. This is the most I've ever gotten out of War and Peace. paste. So now, if I right click here, that changes it. So we know that we have they will, and they will come to you. And I can now hit search. And it's taking a long time to search. It's having a hard time to. What are we at here? Horn pieces. We're at. Let's see, can I view the report while it's doing this? Oh, we're at a skip of 20. This may lock up. A lot of times, if you have a bad search, it locks it up. It doesn't like it at all. It will happen in the Torah if you're doing like a 3-letter search or 4-letter search that messes things up. If it does get stuck like this and just, I mean, it's working, but it's working hard, you can hit this little stop button up here and then go to your so these were all pulling up those they will. So now let's add our next letter here. Let's see what we get. Will be treated. It's kind of interesting that I'm actually getting something here, because normally you do not get anything. But I do think that the Lord can give you a message in almost anything. So I lost everything here. This also goes to show you that the way I do my search does not necessarily mean that it's the right way to do it. Okay, so that's also a teaching point there. Oh no, I closed out Google search. Oop. That's the problem with doing things on one screen. Get this over here. My letters all back in there. Well, this is kind of funny. Let me see here. 1, 2. So I re-entered in this. So let's see here. Re-entered. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I missed one here. All right. So now it's back in there. So it says the same thing as that. Let's take this next layer. Put that in. And we got from here to here. We have next letter. I am totally because we are in war and peace. And I'm getting a message through War and Peace as we speak that has nothing to do with the story of War and Peace. This is where we're at so far, so you can see it here. The slider right here. I'm going to add the W. And now we got nothing there. Let's add this little in. Nothing there. Nothing there. I'll be able to save that. That's just interesting. This is just totally interesting. And we are getting anything at all, because like I say, I've done this before just because this is how you prove things. Is, you know, from there to there. I'll be able to save that. It just, to me, it's just totally interesting. Let's put the C in front here. You see, I call it a C. I'm sorry, I don't know these letters. But anyways, let's put this in front here and see if it does anything. Nope. Wrong spot. It's hard when you put them in front because you can get them in the wrong spot. As such, you will be saved. This is just interesting. I'm getting a message out of one piece, and it's actually not a bad message at all. Now, you can take this any way you want. I am not saying that this is a message from God. We have to do a thing so we get them all lined up on here. Only this is going to get stuck again. There it is. It's all in there. They will might be causing a problem. It might be just too short. So let's just delete they will. And yeah, I'm sorry. Stop. Anyways, just lock it up on me. But it's interesting that we got anything because I have never got any. Oh, sorry. I've upset the system. Those are our messages. I'll come to you. Will be that's just interesting. Interesting. I'm going ahead and close this. There you go. Message from One Piece. Back over here too. Let's see if we get that same message out of the top now, just because we. So, and as such, you will be saved. Is what I got left over here. So let's take that and put it in here. Lost my keyboard. Lose your keyboard. You can usually click there and get it back. So we have. This kind of goes with something I said before, though, is that, and that was in the crossword puzzle with God. Would you like to play a game? He seems to talk through the letters to you, and maybe it could happen in anything. You know what I mean? I mean, he could use if he could use a burning bush to talk to Moses, he can use War and Peace to talk to, you know, I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He is the Most High, and he can do whatever he wants. I don't think any of us can argue that point. Well, I guess we can. People do argue everything. But anyway, let's finish getting this in here. I can't talk very well and pay attention to what I'm doing. I'll get the wrong letters in there. So now, according to this, it's not going to come up. We'll see. And it didn't. So that message that I got did not come up. Let's shorten this up a little and see what we got. So what's interesting, let's take this. We will take these letters off and back this up to here. So, okay. Search for that. Does that come up? No, it did not. Okay. Let's come up with another. That is that's funny because this is still out of the one from War and Peace, and we will not be disappointed. So I'm going to take another letter off and see. Will be saved. Let's see if that shows up here in this message at all. Nope. Again, my War and Peace thing is giving me some crazy stuff here. It says it's going to show up. There it is. And 144. So what we have here at 144 is still out of my War and Peace too. There we go. That's what we got. I don't know. I don't know why I will fight. I guess I do fight in a way. I fight with a lot of people. A lot of people just want to yell and scream at me when I am not here to fight. I'm just here to point things out. Now, generally, and this one's the case, generally, at 144, I do not have to change this setting up here. 70 is just fine, and they're on top of each other. I could, if I wanted to, I could change this to 144 and say okay, but it might throw that off. I just do it to a different spot on the page. It's all good. So 70 works for 144. And a lot of times when you get into the larger numbers, you will come up with that. So anyways, so let's take this now. We're back into the Torah. And let's just take our next letter here and see what we get. And I get anything. Now this is kind of interesting. When you don't get anything, And a lot of times, it's the end of your sentence. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. So we hit the next letter, and it still says the same, or says nothing worthwhile. It does. It says I will come. So again, I can take that then. See, I extract it out. I don't know what it says in here. I am not. This is just what comes up. I add it over here. And I am not in any way saying that this is the right way to do something. This is just what I learned, and it's just, to me, it's kind of amazing. Again, this letter's going to be this. So now this says, we'll go to you, edit, copy it, paste it in. I'm probably not going to go on any further than this. I don't want to make this a long video, but I wanted you to see how I was doing this, and that I am not manipulating this at all. This is just what comes out. I take the next letter, I put it into Google. The next letter gave me the same thing. I had the next letter. It gave me the same thing. Didn't change. Like I say, that's usually an indication that you're at the bottom of it. If you can keep adding letters, added another one. I will come to you is the message. By adding more letters, I don't get anything. It stays the same. So, to me, or for me, not saying right or wrong, but for me, that's just telling me that's the end of the sentence. Now, the sentence could change going the other way, but that's the end of that one. So, and by going up, I get this, and I don't know about you, that doesn't mean anything to me. I do click on them though, because sometimes you click on them and come up with some definition that I didn't know that, and didn't even know that word existed, but that particular point. And take the next letter, still get nothing. Next letter. Nothing. So, other than this, I will fight, I will come to you. It's actually probably I will fight and I will come to you is the message here that I am getting. I'm not going to tell you that it means anything to me or not. It doesn't. Like I say, this channel is not. This is just to teach you. You need to learn to listen to the Most High, not to anybody else. Now, this being said, since this is all I have here, now at this point, I would take and go across here, taking these letters and going down. And what I usually do, and this is the hard part, and I'm sure it's not going to work because I'm talking to you right now, is I try to listen to the Spirit and have the Spirit guide me. Now, that almost sounds like a Ouija board thing, and it could be. I'm not going to say, because at this point, I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, let it guide me to say, click here, and go across these letters, and stop on here. So straight, that's not straight. Let's do that again. Sometimes if you're not straight, you'll get letters that aren't in that line. Try to line them up right. It's tricky sometimes in this cross one. So anyway, so I'll go over there and I'll say add, and I'll come over here, and there's my word. So now I got to go over to Google Translate translate. Put that all in there. And see if it gives me anything at all. And this is what it gave me. And as I will. Now, that being said, it says this, but if I take the letters out from here to here, there's more than just as I will. We have as a grip, as a child, and so forth. All is in that line. So what I'll do with that now is I will take all of this. Let me put that back in so that I know where I'm at. I'll take all of this. And we'll start out here saying paste. I put the little comma in. And I drop that one letter off. And I put that in. Comma. Copy. Comma. It's kind of funny. I drop it all the way down to 3 letters, which would be these 3 right here. I get abbreviation, etc. So it's just kind of funny, and we'll just throw that in there just because it is kind of funny. It really says the same thing in here and so forth. Paste. I say okay. So now all of that is on this little line here, and if I do my search, there it is. There's my matrix. Done for you right here, live, with no pre-doing them, you know, because normally I pre-do them. Now, even when I pre-do them, I don't change anything. What you see is what I found. It's just, I'm done with that, and it's not as long as this video, just doing this little bit here, just to show you how I do it. And again, not right or wrong, just how I do it. You can criticize it, or you can praise it. It's not going to change anything on me. I'm not going to change anything unless I can prove it to myself. Now you can bring it up, and I will look at it and see if I can prove it to myself. And if I can, then I'm going to say thank you for bringing it up, and I will change. But I won't change just because you yell at me and call me names. I don't really care what names you call me. Call me anything you like. It's the same. Call me anything you like, just not late for dinner. So anyways, there we go. I'm going to end this video because it's gotten awfully long doing this. I guess I haven't gone too long. We're almost 50 minutes. I talk a couple of seconds more. All right, everybody. I hope you help. I hope this helps you.